deserving of the MVP. He's a tremendous player. He just makes plays that, it's almost like he sees the game in slow motion, and he's almost picking you apart as he's bringing the ball up the floor, and he's attacking on the dribble, and he either finishes or puts it right in the money for teammates. He's phenomenal. And then, he goes body to body and does a scoop, and he makes some shots. I'm looking at the assistant coaches saying, wow, this guy is for real.
The last 2 or 3 minutes there, it seemed like he knew he had to come back and take over the game. Is that a situation where you said, just let him have the ball and let him...
Well, I called him over during the free throw, and I said, Jamal, great player. Great players do in big games. He said, yes, coach. I gave him a pat on the behind, and that was my way of saying, do your thing. This is your game.
Coach, Thon Maker 0 for 10 in the IQ Summit, 1 for 11 today. Any advice you give that young man?
Just keep working hard, man. You got a great future ahead, and hard work will lead to glory.
Any reason why he was ineffective today, you think?
Because we're a great defensive team. I don't know. Sometimes these big games, kids, they push a little bit too much. And these kids are all great players, and they want to do well in front of a wonderful crowd like this. When you push too hard and don't let the game come to you, sometimes things don't work out. And that's kind of what happened to our game in the second half. It's like we wanted to make big play after big play, and we had a 10-point lead, and all of a sudden we're down 5 or 6.
You've been immersed in the Canadian basketball scene, obviously with Henry Carr for years. Did you ever imagine it getting to this level?
That's a good question. Probably not, although I've been involved in a couple of different formats of the All-Canadian game. And I guess no, I didn't. But I think I tweeted this today. If anything that I've learned from Tyler Ennis and his dad, Tony, is that if you want to be successful, if you want to be a success story, you got to dream first. You can't be a success without the dream, and that's stuck in my mind. I don't know when Tony said it to me, and I watched him work out Tyler, in the summer after school, and that's the truth. You got to dream, and I think this has been a dream of Tony's for a long time. We've talked about it, and him and Jesse made it happen. Kudos to them.
Talk about that whole system that's happening with AI and everybody, and Tyler and Bounce, and obviously the rest of the Canadian basketball community, but they're kind of taking the everything by the horns right now.
I think there's a lot of great organizations in the GTA. I'm a little closer to the Bounce organization because of Tyler and Tony, and I think it's a great marriage. CIA Bounce and Tony going up to Athlete Institute and becoming a part of that process. I think it's a great marriage. Now you have both pieces of the puzzle. You got the facility, you got a little bit of basketball on the other side, you got Tony, who's basketball/business, and I'm up there, and they took me for a tour, and I'm just walking around, and I'm in awe of the facility because I know where I coach, and, in a public high school, and, we do some good things, but that's the Shangri-La of high school basketball. That's where you want to be.
Maybe the greatest compliment, somebody told me earlier today that they don't think that they could have filled this arena with a nice high school hockey game. And for basketball, you were able to do that. Maybe that, just showing the growth of the game.
I think that's a huge statement, and I probably would agree with it. That says a lot in Toronto. So I would agree 100%.
You're from around here, like you said, Henry Carr, and you've talked about some of the great organizations in and around Toronto. What do you think has to change to make an OUA, a Ryerson, U of T matchup, anything in the CIS come close to the quality of players that end up leaving here to go down south?
I think it really comes down to the financial support. If they had a little more financial support and they could draw and help some of these tremendous student athletes go to their schools with a little financial help, maybe make it free, and you'd see some of these better players, some of the great players you saw today, playing for the Ontario Universities or the Toronto Universities. And then at that point, then that game would be like this. That'd be a league game.
Coach, what makes Jerome DeRosier game high in rebounds? What is your thoughts on him?
He's tough as nails. He's tough as nails. He's athletic. He's a team guy. Man, he must have had 5 or 6 tips. And he kind of reminded me of Dylan Brooks a little bit. Dylan Brooks is one of the guys I coached back at Henry Carr, and Dylan would make plays out of nothing, and that's what Jerome did. And I think I turned to Pasha Baines and I said, wow, he just made a play out of nothing, just from sheer effort and guts. And we talked after, he said, I got to work on my ball handling. And I said, yeah, work on it, and then work on it some more, and then keep working on it, because you got everything else.
Paul, with regards to the 4 offensive sets that you put in yesterday's practice, which one was executed the best?
BioSteel.
Company guy. I think it was tough to put those young guys in a position to play behind Jamal.
and I think they did a great job. We gave them a lot of playing time. We kind of split it up between the two. They're tremendous young ball players, and we tried to give them as much confidence as possible. So they have a bright future as well.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
job,
Appreciate
Coach.
it, everybody.
Thank you.